Hey, you guys. I am back with another one. Listen, I know y'all been here since Thanksgiving, waiting on me to pop back out with another recipe. And y'all, I just started a full-time job, so I haven't even been able to cook as much as I usually do. But I'm finna push through, okay? I'm finna push through. Just continue to bear with me, show me some patience, show me some grace, because I'm human. I got 3 kids at home, and we're just getting over COVID. But anyways, yes, vegan gumbo. Let's get into it. First, we are going to start with a big pot. Look at my husband, y'all, I saw him to give me some pots when we first moved to Texas, and he got your girl a whole set of cast iron dishes, and I'm just so grateful. But anyway, back to the vegan gumbo. First, we're going to start with 3 heaping cups of flour. Now, the recipe that I saw, because what I usually do, y'all, I'm finna put y'all on game a little bit. I find regular recipes, and I just tweak them to be vegan. Okay, even if it's not following the recipe from front to end, it kind of gives me a baseline to kind of play with the taste that I'm trying to achieve and a dish that I want, and I just play with it. So yeah, 3 cups of flour. The recipe actually called for more, but I felt like that was just a little bit too much for my stomach to digest. And I was just kind of concerned as I started adding flour to the pot, and I seen how much flour was actually in the pot. So I'm thinking maybe they wanted as much flour as they asked for because they were actually using meat. But yeah. Anyways, 3 cups of flour. Then we gonna take, I believe it was 3 cups of neutral oil. We finna see right now. No, I did not write it down. I'm sorry. Don't kill me. But hey, I'm giving y'all something to work with, okay? Look, I'm giving y'all a visual. And the biggest step with cooking gumbo, y'all, is you have to cook the roux. Did y'all know that flour was raw? It took me, I think, like a few years ago, I read that on the actual package that flour is actually raw. So you actually have to cook flour. So see, I told y'all it was 3. It was 3 cups. I'm gonna make sure I put the instructions and everything below so you guys can have a clear cut description of how much stuff to use. Okay. But yeah, flour is raw. I didn't even know that. So yes, with this roux, I had to cook it for 45 minutes. I ended up doing like 30, honestly, because the last time I cooked gumbo, I felt like I overcooked my roux and it tastes burnt. My dear husband, who loves me dearly, he was just like, oh, it's busting. He hyped it up, and I'm just like, I'm gonna eat it because you're saying that it's good, but I'm tasting the burnt. And then my kids, they don't have no filter, so they're telling me, why do it taste like that? Why is this? It tastes burnt. Did you burn it? Yeah. So yeah, 35 minutes. You ain't gotta cook. I would say that's the safe bit. I usually cook things 10 minutes shorter than what it usually calls for. Anyway, I try to find like that middle point. But yeah, once you add your 3 cups of oil to your 3 cups of flour, it should look like this. This looks so beautiful. Now, I did sprinkle just a little bit more because I started to kind of get concerned because I'm like, okay, you're kind of shortchanging it a lot from what the original recipe called for, because if I'm not mistaken, I think it called for like 5 or 6 cups of flour, and I'm just like, damn, I thought we was making gumbo. I know we were baking bread, but no. So I just kind of played with it just a little bit more, and I felt like compared to the last time I made gumbo, this right here looked so freaking pretty, y'all. And when we're cooking the roux, we are going for a kind of a peanut butter rich brownish color. And I zoomed in just so that you guys can, really see what it looks like. And we just let it sit. But as it's sitting and as it's cooking, y'all, we want to make sure that we are taking time to whisk it in between, because it's so easy for this to burn. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna lie. And if you're anything like me, I be moving all around the kitchen. So it's very easy for me to forget that something is on the stove. Look how it's starting to bubble. That's what we want. And when it starts to get like that, when you start seeing those bubbles coming to the surface and popping, you want to go over to the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel and like this video and share this video to anybody that you feel like could get any benefit or use from this channel. I promise y'all I'm gonna be dropping more videos more consistently. You just gotta bear with me. And then once you like, subscribe, and comment and share and do all those things, grab your whisk and get to whisking. Because like I said, the last thing you want is for your whole dish to come out tasting like burnt flour. You know how when you fry chicken, I'm gonna just say chicken because I know a lot of people who are here probably eat meat. When you fry chicken and you can smell the flour burning at the more and more you're using the grease, that's what the gumbo tastes like, but with seasoning. And you don't want that. I did go ahead and add some more because, again, the self-doubt. I'm like, let me just follow this recipe. And then it started to look more like cookie batter, which was actually okay also. Because it also did say that in the instructions that I was reading that, it's going to be that brown. That's what you want. But it's also going to give you like a cookie dough like consistency. And I think that's why I went ahead and added another one, because I was like, okay, this is pretty, but it doesn't look like cookie dough for real. So I went ahead and added some more, and then I worked it back up until we got here, right? Yep. And so we're just gonna go ahead, whisk it, and we're gonna let it cook some. After letting it sit, this was maybe at the 10-minute mark, y'all. This is what it started to look like. So we just gonna keep, like I said, this part is the most tedious part. It's just a lot of whisking. It's a lot of just letting it get cooked, letting it do its own thing. And as it's doing this is where you can start prepping all of the other vegetables that you're going to add to it. I use celery, tri-colored peppers, onions. I didn't put mushrooms in it this time because my 8-year-old, well, he's 9 now. Happy belated birthday to the big dog. Anywho, he is kind of a hypochondriac. Excuse my baby in the background. We sit in the car while I record this video for y'all because I feel like this is the only way I am going to get some silence to be able to do this for you. But anyways, he thinks that he is allergic to mushrooms when he's really not, because I sneak it into everything. But I didn't do it this time. Anyways, y'all, as you see, I just kept coming back. Stirring, getting up. Making sure that we are scraping and getting it from the bottom of the pot. I sometimes make the mistake, and I see a lot of people who sometimes make the mistake when they're whisking things, mixing things, stirring things. They don't get all the way to the bottom of the pot. So although it might be done on the top, it might be okay on the top, when you reach to the bottom later on down the road, you're going to have all of the bottom roux burnt. And like I said, y'all, I know I keep stressing that, but as my trainers at work say, I would die on the hill about not burning this goddamn roux, because I promise y'all, it's gonna hurt your heart once you see how much this makes. And if you have to throw the whole pot out, you're gonna be mad, which in turn you're gonna turn around and be mad at me, because you're gonna feel like I'm the one who convinced you to cook this and make it. And then you're gonna be trying to say how my dishes ain't that good, when no, it's not that, baby. You just really gotta listen and really gotta pay attention and follow the step by step, so y'all don't burn the roux. Whatever you do, please don't burn the roux. But can y'all see the difference right here in the roux and how it's how it's starting to look versus how it was looking at first? I'm gonna try not to talk y'all ear out, okay? So I'm finna try to see if I can edit this to kind of speed up, y'all. I'm not a content creator. I'm just a mom who cooks, and I share my recipes, okay? That's it. But look how it's looking, y'all. See? Look at it. If you have that phobia that that phobia, y'all, with the hole, when people be like the holes in the skin, the holes in the bread, it's like, and it make them tweak out a little bit. If you got that phobia, yeah, you might experience that just a little bit. But look at the roux, y'all. You see look at the change in the color. This is the color we're going for. And I know I didn't speed up because I want to talk to y'all like I miss y'all. How y'all doing? How was y'all New Year? Happy New Year. Y'all, this part right here, this scared me. I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? Oh my God. What did I just do? It scared me. I'm not gonna lie. And this is why I was very skeptical about how much flour to add to the pot. Because I knew once I added that water, it was gonna get very suspicious. It went from cooking batter to looking like mashed potatoes. And I just kept adding water, y'all. Now, right here, for real, you could add your chicken broth if you want going to add some chicken to it. Because listen, this, if you want to use meat, baby, use your meat. It is up to you, your discretion. You want to use seafood, you could do that. But you can add broth right here if that's what you want. I use water just because I knew I was going to use the... Okay, you finished? You done? He says hi. I knew I was going to use the bouillon cubes, or however you say that. Again, you know, if y'all know how to... Look, drop the pronunciation in the comments below, okay? Yeah, I started getting concerned. And I knew I was going to use those cubes. So I just used water because I am working very hard on reducing sodium. Because although I feel like my food is good, I'm going to be real with y'all. To get the food to taste as good as it tastes quite a bit of seasoning. So I'm trying to get to the point where I can still have my dishes taste good, but without as much sodium, y'all. So if you have any tips for that, please drop it in the comments below. Like, interact with me, talk to me, let me know what's up, let me know what's good, let me know what recipes y'all want me to play with, what recipes y'all want me to create, and then I'm gonna do it. But yeah, I'm trying to reduce the sodium. But look, y'all, I made it better. I was worried for no reason because I made it better. Look at it. It's velvet. It looks like a gravy. And when you think about it, that's really all gumbo kind of is. It's like meat in a very savory gravy. So I feel like I did really good here. Like, you know, my anxiety went away because I'm like, damn, it's gonna be thick. It's gonna taste floury. I think that the last time I made it too, it was burnt and it was thick. It was still gritty like flour. So yeah, it ended up looking like this, y'all. And that's the consistency that you want to go for. Now, I did kind of get just a little concerned here again because it was a lot. And I was like, this is going to overcook because you still have to cook it for like an additional like 30 minutes. You know, once you start adding all your ingredients, as we know, it's going to start to come closer and closer to the top of the pot. And I was just concerned about overspill. So what I did was, y'all, I took it and I went and added it to another dish. But that's just me. I'm gonna put it back right there. Hold on, I'm gonna be right back. And boom. So I added it to the skillet. And then I thought about it. And I'm like, you know what? Actually, this ain't gonna be no better because when I started to look at my ingredients that I was adding, and I looked at this pan, and I looked back at my ingredients, and I looked at the pan one more time, I was like, yeah, I don't really know if this gonna get the job done. But, you know, I started to whisk it just to play with it a little bit, just to see and try to, like, mentally trick myself. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna add some... Let's see. No, it ain't gonna work. We just gonna move this one back. And we gonna go back to our big pot. That way we could just make sure that we're not overcrowding the pan, that we don't, that we have enough space for everything. And I could just add as I need. Excuse me, y'all, 1 second. Oh, I had to cough, y'all. Me and my family, y'all, we are getting over COVID. My middle son woke up with it on Christmas Day, and he had been sick. So New Year's Eve, which was my baby's birthday, y'all, we all had COVID, the baby too. So I'm still coughing, I'm still, you know, getting over it. My voice is still kind of funky, but we ain't gonna let that stop nothing, okay? So yeah, anyways, y'all, so this is what I did. I went ahead and I split it up in half. I put some flour in another pan. You may have to do this also. So I would just recommend having you another pan on standby just in case, because it does become, it's a lot. It's a huge serving. It is. I know y'all are like, damn, like all she doing is whisking and stirring and whisking, but y'all, this is the most tedious part, for real. It is just making sure that you're getting all your lumps out, all the clumps out. You're making sure that you get the right consistency. To me, this was the most tedious part of everything. I feel like this was the most time consuming, was making the roux. Once I started to add everything in, things kind of sped along. But I just wanted to be able to give y'all a real visual, step by step, process by process, so y'all would know what to expect. Just make sure that I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here with the whisking and stuff, but just make sure that you're whisking it a lot. Make sure that you are getting it, like I said, from the bottom of the pot. Make sure you're not having no lumps. You want a smooth, rich roux just like this. Now we're gonna go ahead and add our vegetables. First, I went ahead and I added 3 stalks of cut celery, 1 whole bell pepper, green bell pepper. Then I add 1 whole red bell pepper, and I diced everything up. Small dice. You can use whatever type of dice you want to use. There's no right or wrong way to do it. And I went ahead and I mixed it up. Yeah, I'm gonna get better with this recording stuff, because I really don't like how the pot looks in the frame. But as long as y'all can see the meal and the dish, I'm cool. But I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna learn. Y'all got any tips for me? Again, drop it in the comments, because like I said, I'm not a content creator. I wish I could be. I want to be. I wish I could be. I added some garlic. I wish I could be, y'all, but I'm just not there yet. I'm just not there. I'm low-key kind of lazy, but y'all can see the dish. That's all that matters. Add in 1 tablespoon of garlic. You can add more. It just depends how much garlic you like. And this is where I went ahead and added my non-vegan chicken bouillon cubes, y'all. I live by these. Honestly, if all I had in my seasoning cabinet was these bouillon cubes and that Nature Seasoning by Morton, y'all, please, because that's mostly all I use. I don't use a lot of, I have a whole cabinet of seasonings, but I have my go-to. And once I started using that Norton's Nature Seasoning, I realized I really didn't even need all the seasonings that I have, but I still like to use them. So when I'm doing different dishes, that breaks down, like, okay, you need some cumin, you need some coriander, you need some paprika, I do that. Then I added a little bit of Slap Your Mama, because I wanted a Cajun feel, because I feel like that's what gumbo is. It's little Cajun. It came from Louisiana. So if you know, that's it. And we're just gonna go ahead and stir that in. When it comes to the seasonings, y'all, I did not. I never do really measure. I listen to my ancestors, and we all got different ancestors. So I say, well, we got some. If you know, you know. Listen to your ancestors until they tell you to stop. Use your discernment on when to stop. And it's all about how you want your dish seasoned. I did, so I added some of that. And as you see here, I'm just letting it cook a little bit and letting it chill. I believe at this moment right here, y'all, you can start bringing in whatever plant-based meat you're going to use for the dish. For real, you can make sure that your pot is not high. Okay. Green onions. Now, I was going to use the regular ones, but the recipe said to use green onions, and I was like, I actually got some green onions, so let me use that. And I added some more water just because how thick it was. I started to get concerned about how thick it was. So I was like, let me just go ahead and just add some more water in with these green onions, so that it can be a little more, how would I describe it? Loose, liquefied, thin. We're going to say thin. And now here it is, y'all. Our chicken. This was my first time using this brand. But y'all, let me tell y'all something. It did not disappoint. I got it from Kroger. Like I told y'all before, if you've been here for a minute, I try my best not to use meat alternatives, just because I know that it's processed, and we're not really trying to go for processed. But I also been trying to get my protein up because I breastfeed, and y'all, I cannot keep on wait. I cannot keep on wait to save my life. And that has kind of been a thing since I had become like vegetarian. The only time I was really able to manage or keep some weight on was when I kind of backtracked a little bit and went back pescatarian, and I was able to keep a little bit of weight. So yeah, now I'm just like, whatever I got to do to kind of put some weight on, because when you breastfeed, you have to consume 2,500 calories a day, which is 500 more than what women should consume on a daily basis anyways. And I don't even reach 2,000, I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, so I got this chicken from Kroger, and it did not disappoint. So you just gotta break it up. This is kind of tedious too. Yeah, he done started biting me. I had to get a baby some food. I guess, he watching the video too, and he like, shoot, I want some of that. But anyways, y'all, yeah, this part was tedious, I'm not gonna lie. So if you do decide to get this one, I would recommend just breaking it open and doing everything beforehand, so that you don't have to sit through and do it, take all that time out trying to do it at this point right now. Because at this point, I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna be tired of cooking. Because I know it say this was 35 minutes, but I promise you, it probably took me over an hour to prep everything, cook everything, and yeah, it took me over an hour to do this whole dish. So at this point, you're not gonna feel like breaking up nothing, chopping up nothing else. You just gonna want to throw everything in the pot, sit down, and let it just do what it does. So I went ahead and just added the whole pack. At first, I wasn't sure if I was going to. I was going to save some of it to make like some chicken fried rice. But I went ahead and just added it all in, because once I mixed it into the pot and I saw that, I can't really see it, that means it ain't enough. So I went ahead and just added all of this. And this doesn't even have soy in it. It has vital wheat gluten, which is 19 grams of protein per serving, y'all. So this is very protein packed. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna mix it up just like this here. You see how it's coming off the spoon? You see how thin it is? I think I said that word right, thin. I used to not be able to say thick when I was little. I used to be like thick, not thick, thick. I used to say thick. So if, I probably needed some speech classes growing up. I probably still need some speech classes, y'all. I'm country a little bit too, so just bear with me, y'all. If y'all hear me stumble with my words, and I got a little anxiety doing this because, I don't know. I just do, okay? But anyways, y'all, like I said, you gonna get tired right here breaking this meat up. Make sure you do this beforehand. Yep, and that was it. And we're just gonna start it to look like this. Next, we're going to add in some vegan sausage. This is the sort they call it chorizo, CHRIZO. This is Kroger's brand also. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I was concerned because I had never tried it before, but this combination of plant-based meat was so motherfucking good, y'all. Oh my gosh, oh my goodness. Like, I really wish that y'all can come and taste this in freaking person. It was bussin'. It was so freaking bomb. Like, I was so surprised that my kids liked it. Like, when my oldest was eating it, look, see, ain't no cap in my rap. You heard my baby say it, okay? But my oldest, he was like, oh, this is good. And he be the main one who eats like a bird. And he'll take like a few bites and be like, how he's full. And then my middle, he'll just don't want to eat nothing but bread. Like, all he want to eat is bread and junk food all day. That's it. Don't want to eat nothing else. But they both had 2 bowls of this. And then the next day was, they was like, can they take it to school for lunch the next day? But I was like, it's going to be cold. Do you care? And it was like, oh, yeah, we do care. Don't worry about it. But that was the whole little discussion between us. Anyways, this is what it ended up looking like, y'all. So it was 3 or 4 sausages inside the pack. So I just went ahead and cut it all up just so that we could make sure that we had hearty scoops and nobody was lacking any of the protein in every serving, every scoop that they got. Because like I said, I'm trying to put some meat on me and my children, y'all. I've been doing this research on this diet called the blood type diet. And we are blood type O, me and my kids. I don't really know what my husband is, but I'm assuming he's O too. And what that means is we are supposed to have a high protein diet, which means we're supposed to be eating red meat, certain fishes, a lot of vegetables, and a limited amount of fruit, right? And upon my research, it said that, you know, if you don't really follow, y'all, right there, I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. That was some liquid smoke. I just added a few dashes of liquid smoke just to give it that smoke flavor. It's the hickory one. And like I said, I'm gonna make sure that I put the things, the ingredients in the description box below. Now, we just used a handful. Well, I don't know why I said we, but I went ahead and just chopped up a bunch of parsley and mixed that into. This is a very detrimental step also. I don't know why. That's just what the recipe says. So, yeah, it's detrimental. Make sure you add your parsley. I'm trying to learn how to cook more with herbs also, so that my meals can continue to be like more fragrant, y'all. Like, I love fragrant. And y'all, I do want to say I'm sorry for my baby crying in the background, y'all. Look, I'm here in Houston. You know, me and my family, we moved here in July. We don't have a lot of help. So I don't have anybody to really watch him. So he just come where I go, and he's a mama's boy. Y'all, I added sage. Now, the recipe did not call for sage, but I just had the bright idea to add some, because I know that gives like I don't really know how to describe it, but the taste that you get from dressing is kind of the taste that I wanted inside of the gumbo, if that makes sense. So I added some sage, added some onion powder, I added some pepper, and I added a little bit of salt, a very little bit of salt, because you guys know I used the bouillon cube. So I just added the salt to kind of enhance the flavor from the bouillon cubes and to kind of bring everything together. And y'all, this is what y'all, let me tell y'all something. When I tell y'all, this was so freaking good. I went for gumbo, but my friends who came and tasted, the same friends from the video, if you're from TikTok, then you know who I'm talking about, they said it gave them more of a etouffee feel. Now, I added the seafood seasoning because I was like, you know what? I just want a little seafoody flavor. Also, I ain't had no Old Bay. The taste was tasting a little bit more like flour than it did taste like a gumbo. So I just went ahead and added a little bit more garlic, added a little bit more Cajun seasoning, and like I said, that seafood seasoning, just to give like that kind of Old Bay crab seasoning taste, y'all. And if you want to get fancy and really want them to be like, how does this taste like seafood, and it ain't an ounce of seafood, add you some seaweed like your girl did right here. That is what's gonna bring it together, so it tastes like a seafood chicken and sausage gumbo. I had just like a little small pack, and I just added the whole pack of seaweed. Just crumble it up in your hands. You don't gotta cut it or nothing, just crumble it, because you try to cut it the way I did, your knife gonna be sliding and it ain't gonna work anyway. So just crumble it up with your hand. And again, stir. You want to stir up all good. But look how it is starting to look, y'all. Look at this. It's rich, it's savory, it is hearty, like it is full of colorful ingredients. And I love my dishes to look colorful, because then I feel like I'm doing something right, y'all. That's just me personally, but yeah, this is what it looks like. I did add a little bit more sage because the flavor just didn't pop off enough for me. And like I said, y'all, use y'all discernment, use y'all's ancestors, taste test along the way, so that you can know that you're getting the flavor that you want to achieve. Because I'm not gonna blame it on me. I'm telling y'all, I'm not a content creator. I'm not a chef. Oh, I'm a self-proclaimed chef, okay? I do this for me and my family, and I always have. But I'm just at the point where I'm like, let's share these recipes so people could eat good. It took quite a bit amount of stage, I'm not going to lie, for me to get that taste. But once I got it, oh my goodness. Oh my God. Yeah, I can't wait for y'all to taste it. When y'all try, make sure that y'all comment below if you liked it, if you didn't like it, what you would have done differently, what you did differently. So not only I can see it, but also the people, who come after you, who are interested in trying it too, they can utilize your tips also. But this is what your gumbo is going to look like. I put mine over white rice. I know white rice ain't healthy, I know, but you can eat it by yourself if that's what you want to do. You can make some cornbread, but this is your finished product, y'all. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and again, share it with anyone you feel like can get any usage or benefit from it. Until next time, y'all, Soulful Vegan is out. Love y'all.